small-town incident. My friend Todd was a year ahead of me in high school. He was a rough and tumble guy who spent every waking moment outdoors either hunting or fishing. We were both part of the sixties generation, which meant you had about 9 to 12 months before you got drafted after graduation from high school. Todd was aware of this as much as anyone else. He lived fast and loose for about a year. I was part of helping him sow his wild oats, and he had a bushel of them. We spent last summer, before being drafted, drinking beer and chasing girls. Eventually, Todd was drafted. He knew it was coming and was anxious to get it over with. We talked about it numerous times, and he was unafraid of going to Vietnam. He was well equipped to handle the rigors of the outdoor life if necessary.
So, as happens many times in the military, Todd was
assigned to Korea in a tank unit guarding the South Korean side of the DMZ. When Todd came home on leave from basic and tank school training, he was ready to party before being deployed. We got together one night and decided to head to Peoria. How the decision was made to go to Peoria rather than stay home with family and friends is beyond me. But decisions like this are what stories are made of. So this is the story. We left on our way to Peoria, and in about half an hour, we saw a little bar on the road. We decided we'd stop. We got out of the car, went inside, looked around, and saw there was nothing but a bartender and another patron. So we went over to the pool table, got out our cues, put our money in, and let the balls drop. We racked the balls and decided to go over to the bar and order a couple of beers. That's when the bartender told us, he said, I don't know either one of you two boys. How about some ID? I pulled mine out. Well, I guess maybe it wasn't mine, but it was one that I used for quite a little while. Now, I'm 5'8" tall, weighed about 180 pounds. My ID showed that I was Todd's brother. I was 6'1" tall, weighed about 225 pounds, and 23 years old. So it fit me like a T. Todd, on the other hand, had a military ID that he'd just gotten after basic training. Somehow or another, he got one that said that he was 21 years old. He showed that to the bartender, and he says, I just don't believe this. And of course, Todd's a little bit on the short-tempered side and asked that age-old question. I'm young enough to go to war and die, but I'm not old enough to drink a beer. At that point, I just turned around and went over to the pool table, got the balls all racked up, ready to go, and just waited. Seemed as though the bartender and Todd had a rather heated conversation. Todd said something. I really don't know what it was, but all I know is that the bartender started coming over the top of the bar. That's never a good sign. So just about the time he got the apex of his coming over the bar, Todd turned his pool cue upside down, butt first, and hit that guy right in the head with that guy's turned pool cue. He dropped like a stone. So we saw this wasn't really going to work out the way we planned. So we headed for the door. Just so happened the other patron was standing in front of the door. I don't know what he thought he was going to do, but just about the time Todd got up there, he just punched him in the mouth, and the guy threw his arms up. When he threw his arms up, I was only a step behind him. Just about the time he dropped his arms, I punched him again. Out the door we went. We jumped in my car, started it up, dropped the clutch, threw rocks and gravel every place, and drove down the street. Just about a block down the street, I saw that man had peeked his head back out the door. We were far enough away. He wasn't going to get any license plates, so we just kept driving. As we went along there, we got to talking, and we just wondered just what in the hell did we just do? We didn't know. We both agreed that there's a real possibility he might have killed him. So we spent the night in the car, just thinking about and talking about what just had happened. We got up the next morning. We checked the newspapers. We checked the news feeds, and there didn't seem to be anything about it. So we thought it was safe to go on home. And we did. Never really told anybody about it for quite some time. It was about a year by the time I got a chance to talk to him again, and we just laughed about it. To me, that was all part of growing up in a small town.